I said, you can go to the date late. Then they're late. It's not a problem.
I'm going to be there on time.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Okay, I'm joking around. Bye. Let's do it.
We're on Pei Aleph Amid Aleph. When do we say it's enough for two people to be misyached with the Isha that's in the city with a lot of people? Aval b'derech ad shu shloisha. You need three. Because Shemi yitztach echad mem lashkin. One of them has to go to the bathroom. So if you only have two, and one has to go to the bathroom, then you can have yichud. Name a Messiah. When the man takes his wife up to the base of Midrash to drink the sota waters, they give him two Talmud Chacham. Trey, the EU Hatzlasa, means three. And he's on the road. So there's no proof from there. Hasam Kiechi, the Nevele Sadi, we also want two witnesses that if he slept with his wife, Baderech, then the sota waters wouldn't work. Rav Yehuda, Rav Yehuda were on the road. There was a woman walking in front of them. Let's walk quicker, so we can not be misyached with her and avoid Gehenna. I thought with two Tamei Chachamim it's okay. Maybe we're not enough Chassidim. They had a case where they were attempted to be seduced and they didn't succumb, but other people maybe are not as great. Amar Rav Malkin al Yichud. You give Chachamim give Malchus if a person is miyached with a woman, but ein oisrin. But let's say you were in a room alone with an Eishes Ish, so it doesn't prohibit her from living with her husband. Or, for example, you're in a room alone with a single girl, it doesn't make her a halachic zona to prevent her from marrying a Kohen. Amravashi, Loya Maran, when do we say Malchus? Ela biyichud im pnuya. Ava biyichud shaleishish shlo. But if it's an ancient siege, we don't give Malchus. If we give her Malchus, if we give him Malchus, everybody will think he was mezana with her, and the children are mamzeri. And it really was just yichud. Marzutra Malki, he was Malka, somebody was Messiach with a nation siege. But he was Machris. He made an announcement why he was doing it. Amr Rav Nachman Mifarhetil Ravashi. Mar Nami Lilki Vilichos. Why don't you do the same? Amr because maybe Ikadisham above, Lo Shma. Because maybe a person will hear about the Malchus, but he didn't hear the other announcement. Amr Rav Malkin Aloy Toiva Shmua. Even on a rumor, you give Malchus. If a word goes out that this guy's sleeping around, you give him Malchus. Shneimar El Bani Kiloi Toiva Shmua, even for a bad Shmua. Marzutra Moisef Lafsira Al Katfe. When he heard about a person had a bad reputation, he would put like reins of a donkey on him. Umakri le el b'ni ki lo tova shmua, to publicize to the public why he's giving him Malchus. Amar Rabba. Baila be'ir. If a husband is in the city and somebody's misyached with a nation sish, ein choishish mishum yichud. We're not worried that they didn't have Vera because they don't know when the husband's coming home. On Rav Yosef, Pasach Psuach L'Reshus Rabim, and if there's an opening of this place to Reshus Rabim, ein choishish mishum yichud, because people can always burst in there. Rav Bibi Ikla Lebe Rav Yosef. Ravi went to the house of Rav Yosef. Basar the koch rifta. After they ate, Amar lahu shkuli darga mitusi. When this guy goes up to the attic to go to sleep, pull the ladder away so he can't get out. So he can't go down. I don't want to worry his yichud. Mituti bibi, because he was sleeping in the attic. He didn't want Rav Bibi to be able to come down because of yichud with his wife. Vamarava, I thought Baila be'ir ein choshev mishum yichud. I thought if the husband is home, it's not a problem. Shani Rav Bibi to shushvina havigai v'gaisabei. He was a constant guest. He was a good friend. He was there. So they were friendly. So he was more concerned. Amrav Kahana. Anoshimi bachutz. If you have an apartment that's on the inside and an apartment on the outside, and the men are on the outside, the women are on the inside. If one of the men goes into the inside room where the women are, so the other men see him go in there, we're not worried about yichud. But if the anoshim were bifnim, the nashim bachutz, the men had the inner apartment, the women had the outer.
Why?
Because the people on the inside will think that he took a different route out, and he did yichud with the women. Masnisa Tana Ibcha. In the Mishnah, we learned just the opposite. Amr Abaye. Hashtag Amr Rav Kana Achi, Vatani Masnisa of Ibcha. Rav Kana said one thing. The Bryce said the opposite. Ana Nevid L'chumra. We do both ways. We're choishish both ways. Abaye Dyer Gulf. He would put like bottles or cans between the men and the women, so that if somebody tried to sneak from one side to the other, they would make noise. Rav Dyer Kana, he placed reeds on Avin Sakva de Shasa Rigla. Yes.
Hello, this is WellCare Prescription Drug Plan, calling with great news about your 2024 drug plan.
Unbelievable. Amar Avin Sakva de Shasa Rigla. It's worse during Yontif time. Everybody's happy, everybody's drunk. And that's the worst time for Yichud Navera. Men and women in groups come to hear a drasha. They interact with each other. Okay. There were these women prisoners who had been taken captive, and they were redeemed, and they came to Nardon. They brought them to the house of Rav Amram. Ashkulu darga mekamayu. And they removed the ladders so the men couldn't go up after them. One woman, when she walked like near those stairs that they had removed, was so beautiful that the house filled with light. And he had a desire for her. Shakti Rav Amram ladarga. So he took the ladder. Normally 10 people couldn't lift this ladder. He lifted it by himself because he wanted to climb up. When he was halfway up, Ifshich, he got a hold of his Yetzirah. Rama Kala, and he cried out, Norabi. There's Norabi Amra. There's a fire in the house of Amra. So Asra Bar, the Chachamim came like to put out the fire. They found him in the ladder halfway up. Amr like, Siftina, you've embarrassed us. Everyone sees what you wanted to do, to go up there. Amr lahu, mutav tichsu be'amram ba'al madain, lo tichsu minei la'al madasi. I'd rather be embarrassed in this world than in the next world. Ashbedi dinfik minei. So he made his Yetzirah take a shvuah. that it should leave him. Nafik mine ki amud nur, like like a flame of fire came out of him. Amr lay, so he said to the Yetzar Chazi, the Asnur Vanobis, you're fire and I'm flesh. But I was able to overcome you. Rav Meir Rav Meir would make it like a little thing for people to be able to conquer their Yetzer Hara. The Sudden appeared like a beautiful woman who was standing on the river. There was no bridge. He grabbed a rope ladder to try to get across. Palga Mitzra, when he was halfway across, Shavke. So the Yetzer Hara, he was able to conquer it. Or the Yetzer Hara left him for Omar. He loved the Kamakras Birkia. If it wasn't for the fact that they announced in Shemayim, he's a Ruber of Meir v'Torah, so be careful of Rav Meir and his Torah. Shavisa de Mechtarte Me'ai. I would have made your blood worth nothing, because you would have fallen from your madra. I wouldn't have come out of you. I'd have let you sin the way you wanted to. Rabbi Kiva also have the mislot sits above Rav. He would also not value greatly people who claimed that this was a big problem to overcome. He said it's very easy to overcome the Yetzer Hara. The Sudden appeared like a beautiful woman on a palm tree. Nakte ledikla v'kasalik v'azol. So Meir started to climb the palm tree. When he was halfway up, the Yetzer Hara left him. Amar, he loved the Machruz Ibriki. If it wasn't for the fact that the announcing Shamayim, he's a Ruber Akiva, so be careful, Rabbi Akiva. Shavitza the Mechtartim, I would have made your blood worth 2 cents. Flimu, that's the name of a Tana. Have a regular Meimar Kol Yoima would say every day, Giribain is a Satan, an arrow in the eye of the sun. Because he would shrug off the very seductions of the Yetzer Hara. Yom Echad Mali Yom de Kippur, when it was Erev Yom Kippur. Id Milei Ka'anya. The Satan dressed up like a poor person. Asa Kara Baba knocked on the door to get charity. Afikule Rifta. So Plimu brought out bread. Amr le Yom Ki'ed Nikula Alma Gavoy V'ano Avroi. Today, Erev Yom Kippur, everybody's eating inside, and I'm going to stand outside. I live at Krivuli Rifta, so he invited him in. Obviously, he gave him a special place by himself, and he complained. He said, "Listen, everybody's sitting at the table. I'm sitting by alone." So Isyavu Usri Atoch. So they brought him near the table. Have Yosef. Mali nafshe shichna v'kibna le v'avikavay mili demois. So this was the Satan. He filled himself with boils, and he had very bad table manners. Amr le, so Flimu said to the Ani, Tiv Shapir, sit nicely, have manners. Okay, the story will continue tomorrow. Okay, we'll see everybody later.
Go ahead. All right. See you later. Are they going to daven Mariv there or not?
I only daven min.